again with another episode of Lefties Losing It. Yeah, sit back, grab a snack and a drink of your choice, and let's hop right on into it, shall we?
Apparently, Polymarket doesn't want you to bet on the probabilities of his death. That's like the one thing you can't bet on Polymarket. When will it happen? Can't bet on it. Oh, that reminds me. Alexa, is Donald Trump still alive?
Donald Trump is still alive.
Oh, God damn it.
Years old.
God damn it. All right. Well, try again tomorrow.
What's on your mind?
The party of peace and love. Yeah. Wishing on a man's death. Crazy.
This is going to piss a lot of y'all off, but mental health isn't going to mean if you don't deconstruct your white supremacy and your patriarchy. It's not going to happen. You can do all the journaling you want. It won't make a difference.
Bro, white people that hate themselves is like the weirdest thing to watch. It's so strange. You know, because I'm watching the clip and I'm like, do you realize you're white? Like, do you think you're black or some other skin complexion or something? Like, you're white. And and that chick, she was like white. Like, she was pretty white. You know what I mean? Like, she ain't had a tan in a long time. The sun ain't blessed her skin in quite some time. So it's just like, it's so strange to watch, you know? Like, you're white. You do understand that, right? Oh, man. I'll never understand these folks. I don't get it.
Listen, I wasn't the first person to say it, but I am going to get on board. This is the weekend to crucify men. You're welcome. Listen, I wasn't the first person to say it, but I am going to get on board. This is the weekend to crucify men. You're welcome.
Why is it always the chicks that... Why is it always the ones where you're like, wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole? Why is it always those that, you know, that has something to say about the fellas? Why? You know, like I'm just wondering. I'm asking. There's a pattern that I'm noticing here. There's a lot of people who just so happen to be, you know, folks you'd say you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. They always say something negative about men. I don't know. Kind of strange. Like I said, I'm just noticing a pattern there. Anyway, carry on.
Shoplifters. 100%. You choose people over profits.
We can have Walmart or we can have shoplifters. We can't have both. And he said shoplifters. Okay. That is like... First off, if you read the question, it says you can't have both. So if you have shoplifters, then you actually don't have shoplifters because you don't have a Walmart, so you don't have any place to shoplift. So if that's your choice, then you got nothing. Now, obviously, we know it doesn't really work that way. So if you got shoplifters, eventually that Walmart will leave, and eventually those shoplifters won't be able to shoplift anymore. And people like him eventually will be crying about, there's no stores in my area. Why are the big businesses leaving? Because you chose shoplifters over the company. Congratulations. You played yourself. Big box companies don't have to sit around and take whatever it is that you want to give them. They're billion-dollar companies. They can pack up and leave whenever they want to. And we've seen it in some of these leftist cities. We've seen it. I believe Starbucks is one of the latest companies that is leaving Seattle, taking their headquarters and moving it to, I believe, Tennessee. Now, they're keeping some jobs in Seattle, but they're trying to move the headquarters more to Tennessee, away from the leftists. We've watched big oil companies shut down in California. Just dip out. So, you know what? I'm out. Yeah, we making some money out here, but can't do this anymore. This is crazy. So, hey, if they like it, I love it, I guess.
Why does it trigger me when a man refers to his partner as the wife? Does anyone know? Really triggers me. Gonna take the wife out tonight.
Y'all remember my earlier statement? 10-foot pole. They always have something to say about men. I told you. I'm just observing. There is a pattern here. There is a pattern going on here. I'm just saying. I got some questions, guys. I need answers. Genuinely, I need answers.
Trump supporters. Scientific fact of the day. Wait, don't scroll yet. The nose ring theory. See my nose ring? Okay, this nose ring, it's not magnetic. Why? It does not attract batteries. Why? Because this is a non-magnetic metal. This contains magnetic metals. This, no magnetic metal. That's why nothing happens when a battery goes close to it. All right? Glad we had that conversation. Trump supporters.
I'm confused. I don't even understand the whole purpose of the septum piercing. Like, I don't know. It looks so weird and strange. You know, like, why do you want to, like, pierce the inside of your nostril? I don't know. You know, like the whole, the bulls. Why did they do that to bulls anyway? Does anybody know? Was there like a specific purpose for that when they used to do that to the bulls? Because that's what it reminds me of. You just flip it upside down and let the loop hang. Anyway, I just got a lot of questions, man. I got a lot of questions. Next clip.
So one of my friends asked me the other day, would you ever consider dating a moderate? And I thought, I would date a moderate over a conservative. I would date a moderate over a maggot any day of the week. Sure. I know my non-negotiables. Over here, we run a strict and tight vetting process. I feel like sometimes there's room to compromise when it comes to moderates. Other side of the fence, not so much.
I would date a moderate. Well, see, the problem with that line of thinking is that what people on the left would consider a moderate would actually just be a leftist. Because a true moderate, they would absolutely hate. Like somebody like Joe Rogan, right? Is somebody I would consider a moderate. You know? Maybe barely leaning right, but pretty close to the middle. Pretty darn close. I guarantee you if you asked her how she felt about Joe Rogan, she hates him. So the statement that she would actually date a moderate, most certainly a lie. She would not. She would not. Not in a million years. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Wouldn't happen. Because, like I said, a moderate would be, a moderate to her would be a leftist. That basically agrees with everything she already thinks. Because once again, people on the left, they can't handle disagreement. All that love and positivity stuff goes right out the window the moment you disagree.
Can I please have a man slowly explain to me why you all suck so much? I can honestly sit here and say, as a 34-year-old woman, I have not met one goddamn good man. So please, someone explain to me why that is. It can't be a coincidence. I've never had a good male figure in my life, and I've never had a man treat me right romantically. I've never even had a good male friend. So someone sit here and tell me what the f is wrong with y'all. Can I please have a...
Have you ever considered there's something wrong with you? Because there's one common denominator in this entire situation where you're meeting all of these different people. And that common denominator is you. It's not always about other people. It's who you are and who you choose to be around. The environments that you put yourself in. The people that you open yourself up to. Clearly, you're opening yourself up to the wrong people and putting yourself in the wrong environments. Change your environment. You know, like, life ain't really that complicated when you really stop and think about it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it all kind of, you know, breaks down into very simplistic things, right? Like this situation. It's not that complicated. Change your environment. Open yourself up to different types of people. I guarantee you, if you asked her to show us the type of guys that she's been around or been with, they all look pretty similar. Guarantee it. They all look pretty similar. They all enjoy some of the same things and whatnot, right? All hang around some of the same places. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. There's not going to be an outlier in there at all. Maybe a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. Put yourself around different people in different environments. This ain't complicated. It's not complicated. Carry on.
I don't want a job. I don't want to work. Why do people act like that's such a crazy thing to say? I didn't...
Because it is a crazy thing to say. You don't want a job and you don't want to work? Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I didn't ask to be born into a capitalist system where your only choice is get a job or be homeless or resort to illegal activities that'll just get you arrested and sent to jail anyway. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then you go on these job interviews and put on a performance and then know that you're them. You know you have to fake and pretend to get a job. They ask you about your passions. My passion is not being homeless. But my true passion is not having the job in the first place. Not being forced into this impossible decision of working a job for 40 years just to retire and then die. Because that's not a choice at all, is it? I want to live a life of wealth and abundance, of freedom, true freedom. Not like this. Not an unfulfilling life. I don't want
to. So just move to a socialist country then. See how it works out for you. Here's the other thing. Find a job you genuinely love. We all have heard the saying, if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Now, sure, that's not always the case. Sometimes we got to sacrifice. Sometimes we just got to do what we got to do to get by. And it just is what it is. It's the cards that we're dealt, and so we got to play them. Play them and play them well, right? There's a million different ways that you can keep a roof over your head that are legal, right? Let me emphasize that part. Legal ways to keep a roof over your head and food on your table. Lots of them where you can sit at home and do it. Okay, but if you just want to sit at home and do nothing, I got nothing for you. If you don't work, you don't eat. Okay? That's in the Bible. So if you don't work, you don't eat, buddy. Sink or swim. It is what it is. I don't feel bad for you. Not at all. Especially when you say you don't want to work at all. Like, I understand the folks who are like, yeah, I want to work from home. I still think it's on the borderline of just being lazy, but I get it, right? I understand. I'm not going to completely knock that because they're still willing to work. Come up with a way where you can create value. That's all it is, right? Working, you're creating value. You're of value or of service to somebody, and those people or person is willing to pay for it. Be of service in some way, shape, or form. That's all you got to do. Create some value.
Do people still actually like care about climate change, or has everyone just like accepted that the world's burning?
No, we don't care about climate change. And no, the world isn't burning. This planet has gone through hot and cold phases long before you were ever even a thought. So no, we don't care about it. That was something that you and Democrats were pushing. We're past that. Get over it. All right? Done. Anyway. Also, guys, I guess it'd be great to let you know, if you didn't know, I have an entire playlist of videos just like the one you just watched. I have an entire playlist of probably over 20-something videos, maybe even 40. I don't remember. There's quite a few videos. An entire playlist of the playlist is called Lefties Losing It. So you can binge watch these types of videos. If you enjoyed this type of content, I got a place for you. All right, I got a place for you. Playlist is called Lefties Losing It. Matter of fact, let me double check that playlist. Yeah, I have 26 videos in that playlist currently. 26 and now 27 if you count this video. So if you enjoyed it, hop on over there, get into the playlist, hit the playlist tab, and click on Lefties Losing It and let it play. All right, y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.